Rab explains it all. Math, chem, physics never fall. Subscribe and learn. Ace every test, so Rab explains it best.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to convert customary units of capacity. In fact, by the end of this video, you will be able to solve these examples. Before we start solving examples and learning what to do, it's necessary to tell you that the method that we are going to apply in this video is called dimensional analysis, which is really easier and faster method in comparison with traditional methods. And you don't have to memorize a lot of conversion factors, which are nightmares for students. The first thing that you need to learn and memorize is different units of capacity. They may be familiar for you, but you must memorize them in order. What does it mean in order? It means you must know which one is smaller and which one is larger. So as you can see, we have fluid ounces, which is the smallest unit of capacity. After that, we have cup. After that, we have pint, quart, and finally we have gallon, which is the largest unit. So if we move downward, we are going to have larger units. The second thing that you need to learn and of course memorize is 4 conversion factors. As I told you, in this method you do not need to memorize a lot of conversion factors, but it is the least expectation from you to memorize 4 conversion factors. So as you can see, 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces, 1 pint is equal to 2 cups, 1 quart is equal to 2 pints, 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. Let's solve the first example with each other. We want to convert 5 pints to cups. Okay, so we want to convert this unit to this one. What is the first step? The first step is specifying if we are making the unit smaller or larger. As you can see in this table, in this box, pint is here and cup is here. And we have to move in this direction. So we are making the unit smaller. Now, what should we do? First, you must start with the given information and you must write it. So we have 5 pints. Then you must draw the multiplication sign and a fraction line. Okay, in this fraction line, what should I write? The first thing is next denominator. Without thinking, you must write the next denominator. But how? Next denominator is the previous numerator. What is the previous numerator in this example? In this example, PT or pint is the previous numerator. So without thinking, I'm going to write pint here. And as we specified, we want to make it smaller, right? One step smaller than pint is what? Is C or cup, right? So we are going to write it here. And there is a question here. Should I stop or should I continue? As you can see, the desired unit is cup. And here we have cup as well. So we must stop, okay? And we write the equal sign. Okay, now we want to write numbers here in the numerator and denominator. As you can see, we are going to use these conversion factors. 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So 1 for pint and 2 for cups. Let's check the units first. As you can see, this pint is going to be cancelled by this one. And we are going to have only cups. So we are going to write it and it is correct because we wanted cups. Now, let's talk about the value and numbers and the final answer. As you can see, 2 must be multiplied by 5, which is 10. And if we divide 10 by 1, it's not going to have impact on the final answer. So the final answer will be 10 cups. Let's solve the next example with each other. It's necessary to tell you that here we are going to get help from 2 boxes in the right side, but you must memorize them. And in the exam, you are not able to have access with these boxes. Here we want to convert 3 quarts to pints, right? First, let's specify if we want to make the unit smaller or larger. As you can see, quart is here and pint is here. And we must move in this direction. So we are making it smaller, as I told you. We are going to start from given information, then we must draw a fraction line. The next denominator will be previous numerator, which is quart here. And I must go for one step smaller. One step smaller than quart is pint, as you can see. So I'm going to write P T here. Should I stop or I should continue? As you can see, the desired unit is PT or pint, so I must stop. Now I need to write numbers. As you can see, I'm going to use this conversion factor. So 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. First, let's check the unit. These quart will be cancelled by this one and we are going to have only pint, which is the desired unit. 2 times 3 will be 6, and 6 pint is the only correct answer of this example. Let's solve the next example with each other. We have 2 gallons and we want to convert it to cup. Let's specify if we are making the unit smaller or larger. As you can see, gallon is here and cup is here, and we are moving upwards, so we are making the unit smaller. Where should we start? We must start from the information. So 2 gallons multiply fraction line. In the denominator, we are going to have previous numerator, which is gallon. One step smaller than gallon is quart. So I'm going to write quart here. Should I continue or I should stop? As you can see, the desired unit is cup, but here I have quart, so I must continue. Next denominator will be previous numerator. Previous numerator here is quart. So without thinking, I'm writing quart here. One step smaller than quart is pint. So I'm going to write pint here. Should I continue or I should stop? As you can see, I do not want pint, I want cup. So I must continue. In the denominator, I'm going to have previous numerator. Here numerator is pint, so I'm going to have pint here again. And one step smaller than pint is cup. So I must stop here because cup is the desired unit. First, let's check the unit. This gallon will be cancelled by this one. This quart will be cancelled by this one. This pint with this one. Finally, we are going to have cup. Okay? Then let's write the numbers. As you can see, we are going to start using conversion factors from this one. 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. As you can see, 1 quart, here we have quart, is equal to 2 pints. As you can see, 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, multiplied by 4 is 16, and multiplied by 2 is 32. So 32 cups is the only correct answer of this example. In the next example, we have 32 fluid ounces and we want to convert it to pint. First, we must specify if we make the unit smaller or larger. Here we have fluid ounces, addition of both of them, and we want to convert it to pint. So we are moving in this direction and we are making the unit larger. We are going to start from the information, fluid ounces. Without thinking, I'm going to consider that for the next denominator. We want to make it large. So one step larger than fluid ounces, as you can see, is cup. Cup is the desired unit. No, I want pint. So I'm going to continue. For the next denominator, I'm going to write the unit of previous numerator. I'm going to write it here. And one step larger than cup is pint, which is the desired unit. Equal sign. So let's write the numbers. As you can see, 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. And as you can see, 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. Let's check the unit first. These fluid ounces will be cancelled by this one. These 2 cups will be cancelled by each other. And finally, I'm going to have only pints. So 32 divided by 8 will be 4, and 4 divided by 2 will be 2. So the final answer is 2. And this is the only correct answer of this example. Let's solve another example. We have cup and we want to convert it to gallon. Let's specify cup is here, gallon is here. So we must move in this direction and we are making the unit larger. As I told you, I must start from given information without thinking. I'm going to write cup here. One step larger than cup is pint. I'm going to write it here. I should not stop because it is not desired unit. Without thinking, I'm going to write pint here. One step larger than pint is quart. So I'm going to write it here. Without thinking, I'm going to write quart here. And one step larger than quart is gallon. So let's write the numbers with these conversion factors. As you can see, 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. And as you can see, 1 quart here is equal to 2 pint. And as you can see, 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. Let's check the unit first. These two are going to cancel each other out. These two, and finally we have only gallon. And let's find the answer. We have 64 in the numerator, and in the denominator we have 2 times 2 will be 4, 4 times 4 will be 16. So 64 over 16 will be 4, and I'm going to write it here. This is the only correct answer of this example. Let's solve the next example with each other. We have 512 fluid ounces and we want to convert it to gallon. First, let's specify if we are making the unit smaller or larger. As you can see, we are moving from this one to the last one. So we are making the unit smaller and we are going to start from the given information. Without thinking, I am writing the fluid ounces. For the denominator, one step larger than fluid ounces is cup. So cup for this one, I should not stop because this is not desired unit. Without thinking, cup will be here. So one step larger than cup is pint. I'm going to write it here. Without thinking, I'm going to write pint here. And one step larger than pint is quart. I'm going to write it here. Without thinking, I'm going to write it here, quart. And finally, we have gallon. And I must stop because gallon is the desired unit. Okay? I'm going to put the equal sign here. Let's write numbers. We are going to use this conversion factor. As you can see, 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. 1 pint is equal to 2 cup. Now, 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So we are going to have 512 over 8 times 2, 16 times 2, 32, 32 times 4, 128. And what is the unit? These two are going to cancel each other out. These two are going to cancel each other out. And finally, we are going to have gallon. So 512 over 128 will be 4. And I'm going to write the answer here. This is the only correct answer of this example. Here you can find more examples and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you have any question or if you wanted to share your answer, please feel free and write them in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.